Today we've got a brand new model home in one of the most sought after communities here in Overland Park. This one has all the bells and whistles, striking appearance from the curb, two-story ceilings inside, accent walls, ceilings, a loft, and a brand new iteration of a fan favorite floor plan. This is the Maplewood IV by JFE Homes. It's 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, 3,805 square feet. It's on a quarter-acre flat lot, and it's priced, but not for sale yet because it's a model. It's priced at $1,371,900. And as soon as you walk in, you got two-story ceilings, a big wall of windows. The black really pops. We will throw the floor plan on the screen right here. And turning back to the entry, we've got a special guest on the channel. This is Rochelle. She's the community manager, one of the on-site agents here at Century Farms. You've been working with this builder in this community. We're on the final phase right now.
Yes, we're in phase 5. Correct.
Okay. And this model row, we're gonna do a ton of videos here. Like, we'll put drone footage on the screen. This is like the last chance here at this community. We'll talk about several of those. But Rochelle, brand new plan, JFE construction, quite a few changes in this one.
Yeah, this is a very exciting one. So this is the Maplewood IV. They've had the Maplewood III in the past, and they really ramped up the pantry, which we'll talk about, and some other features.
The mud, we'll get to it. And I put a couple clips on the screen just to foreshadow a little bit. But the entry, I know you saw the elevation in the drone footage. It's beautiful. But Rochelle, we've got the 8-foot French doors, a huge transom window. And then what I really like up here is that tongue and groove stained accent on the ceiling. But the big thing in this plan, we did a video a while back on a previous model, the Maplewood III. Look at all this stone. I mean, this is really just the accent in this one. 2-story ceiling, all stone. And of course, we are going to start. Rochelle, why don't we kick it off with this bedroom off the entry?
Sure.
Here.
So this is one of the changes you'll see in the Maplewood IV. In the III, this was more of an office space, but in the IV, it actually attaches a full bath to this space. You can still use it as your office, but if you wanted to make it your 5th true bedroom, it does have access to the full bath, or your guest bath, which is private, tucked away through this little access hallway.
Yeah, I love what they did here. You get, I think, 1 or 2 extra bathrooms in this one compared to the previous Maplewood we showed. But like we mentioned, you know, these tall ceilings, the volume in here, it's a big draw of this plan. And it's not every day that you get ceiling heights like this, a catwalk, all the windows, and also a loft upstairs, which we're going to get to very shortly. But Rochelle, I love the surround on the fireplace.
It's striking. It's a quartz fireplace. And this is kind of the first one we have seen where it's all black. It's just very modern, sleek. It just adds a little bit to a sheetrocked wall, that one fireplace with the cabinets on the side. It's just very tasteful and minimal, especially with the light colored wood. And as you mentioned, the wall of windows, those are the upgraded Rhino windows. So the builder did put some extra money into some premium windows, which really makes a difference bringing in that light.
Yeah, black windows inside and outside. They're not cheap. They have to be made differently because the sun weathers them in a different way than white windows. But the other thing I want to point out, my favorite this is my favorite stain color, by the way. It's light white oak. You've got them recessed into the wall. You got the down lighting. I think it's a really good look. But the big thing, it's not just the ceilings, the catwalk, all of the upgraded windows in here. I know you're pretty excited for the kitchen here.
Oh, yes. So this is one of the largest dining rooms that we feature in our plan. So they actually expanded this dining room just a slight bit deeper, and there's room for a hutch or a built-in piece of furniture, or you could have the builder build you in a cabinet. But this dining room fits a large farmhouse table. It's ideal for larger families, and it just joins seamlessly with the kitchen area. So when you have lots of people over, you can sit at the 2 tables or at the bar.
Yeah, and most of the time on camera, it's hard to see. We try to make sure that this gives you the a good idea of how big it feels in real life. Staging furniture is almost always small. This table is a pretty generous size. But the other thing I like is you got this tasteful accent wall. It's got a hint of green in it. It's recessed. It's a perfect spot. And Rochelle, I could be wrong. I think the Maplewood IV is their hallway back here.
Correct.
To the mudroom. So
That's
they've
the
relocated it.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, we will get to the patio. You want to do that now or after the kitchen?
Oh, it's pretty exciting.
Okay, let's do it now.
I don't know. So this is another additional feature that people love about the Maplewoods is that when you're in this dining room, the wall is so large you can put double sliders. So they put these brand new gherkin doors. They seamlessly slide open so that you can leave your doors open and pull the screen shut and then have outside air or step out and enjoy your patio right from the dining room.
That's really nice. These are not inexpensive by any means. To have the double sliders, they're black, but outside we've got quite a bit of outdoor living. Even though this is above and beyond. As we walk out, you'll see the fireplace, privacy shades. It's stone floor to ceiling. Yeah, and they expanded the patio on this one. They give it another 2 feet. They bumped up the box vault ceiling, trimmed it out, so there's no detail that was left undone. And they even put saw cuts in the concrete out here. So just a detail to everything with this model home. They really did take into consideration, if this were my home, what would I do differently and what would I add? Yeah, I love the light well right here. I know we've kind of spun a little bit, but the light well, this is for the basement, the lower level. They didn't have to do that, but they did to bring more natural light down there in case you finish it. But yeah, all of this is extra. It's not just that it's bumped out there. You got a whole separate pad out here for outdoor entertainment. But we will put a drone clip on the screen of the rear elevation. I mean, it's as beautiful behind the house as it is in front of the house. And while we're out here, Rochelle, Century Farms, we mentioned at the beginning of the video, final phase. This one has been in very high demand. Amenities are in. But you've got quite a few by this builder and several other top builders in Kansas City that are currently available.
Yes, we still have plenty of inventory. We still have 20 homes left to sell. So great options. We are kind of looking towards the back. This is Park Hill Street. Park Hill is our final phase. We saved the best for last. We've got 2 long cul-de-sacs and there's a big tree line across the back. So we still have lots to build and we have several specs. This Maplewood, we actually have a 4-car version of it for sale for a January move-in. And we have another Maplewood that's slightly larger on the tree line for sale. So several options in this exact home.
Very nice. And several more that we'll put on the channel. So make sure you subscribe so you can see those videos of all the models here when they come out. A little bit more on the builder here later on throughout the video. I also want to mention, I always forget this one. It looks like we've got a whole home audio system.
Oh, yes. It's all built in. They think about that also. So there's speakers here and speakers in the kitchen. Perfect.
Okay. Well, ceiling accents have been kind of a theme in this house so far. Tall ceilings. We mentioned the beams right here, the tongue and groove, like shiplap up top. But we're going to make our way to the kitchen. And one thing that's really striking to me is you have the reeded edge of that huge island. I think that adds a ton of texture. I'm always a big fan to see that. But
yeah, normally you see it in stained wood, but they took it to the next step and they actually painted it. And it's very striking. It adds a lot of interest to the island. This is a quartz island top, and you'll see the secondary color of the island, but then they kept the cabinetry stains. So there's a nice contrast between the wood and then the accent colors. They brought in some gold tones. You'll see there's also a pot filler back here, which we occasionally see on some of the model homes. And then we have an apron front stainless steel sink on the island, which is a nice accent. And it's just a very workable kitchen, has nice flow, and it's just beautiful to look at.
Yeah, I love the character of the kitchen faucet here. There's gonna be one like Easter egg we'll show you in a second. But while we've got the camera on it, I love the alcove. I've got a client who's about to build, and like her biggest thing is having the alcove kind of set up. Stuccoed hood, Love the glass cabinet doors, just a really, really homey feel. But Alex, if we back up a little bit, I discarded my phone at the entry, but this right here, I'm told is one of those phone chargers. You set your phone down and it just wirelessly charges.
Yes, so it's one of the newest upgrades that you can do. It's a $900 upgrade, and basically you set your phone on there and it charges. It's just built in underneath the quartz, and it will charge your phone.
I've never seen that. Charging a phone through a quartz countertop. That's a new one, and that's why you want to subscribe to the channel so you see more of these homes. But you know, a lot of times, you know, in the Maplewood IV, here's where I'm going with this. I think this was the entrance to the pantry. It's been relocated in this one, which means in a 1.5 story, even though you've got the master on the main, even though kitchens can sometimes feel a bit smaller, we've got a ton of perimeter space here.
Oh, this is a huge kitchen. Even with the side-by-side refrigerator, even, I don't know if you noticed, but that's what we got behind these cabinet doors. They've just faced them with the cabinetry. But you have the side-by-side, then you have cabinet space here, your working space behind where Nick is, and then we have a amazing prep style kitchen pantry back here that is additional working space. We have an additional refrigerator and plenty of space for prep and storage. So this is the kitchen to have.
In contrast, has been another theme in this one. You know, you had the light stain on the kitchen cabinets, and here it's a little bit more moody, darker. Got some texture on the backsplash. And as we move into this is really one of my favorite parts of this version of the plan. We've got a lot back here. So it's not just the pantry. It doesn't feel like your typical pantry. I think you said coffee makers built in, which is really neat. But around the corner, Rochelle, take this one away.
Yeah, sure. This is actually what makes it the Maplewood IV. So when you come in through the garage, you have options to go to the left to a long hallway, the mud hallway, with built-in lockers, floor to ceiling. This is the newest feature of this Maplewood, which people love. Or you have access to your guest bath right off of the entrance. It's nice and private, tucked away. Or you can go to your prep kitchen, put away groceries. So it's really a working hallway. It works for families nowadays, and maybe you're taking care of the pets and the kids this way, or you're dropping off groceries this way. It's a very functional space, and that's what reworks the Maplewood IV.
Yeah, that's been a kind of a theme here with your models here at Century Farms, especially, is being able to go kind of all the way around. It gives you several access points into and here she comes right here. But I love,
I'm like, ta-da.
There we go. But you know, you've got arches throughout this house. You're going to see a couple more. One last thing, Alex, if we back up a little bit, I should have mentioned it. We get a lot of comments. People are really excited about lighting. Oh. This one, you've got the toe kick lights under the cabinet, which I think is really cool.
It's really pretty. It softens it up a little bit. Sometimes when you have a lot of white walls and light wood floors, that just extra lighting adds the warmness that a house needs.
That's what I think they did. Like a lot of these newer homes and some builders, they go with this like contrast black, white. This really, I think they did a good job of softening it up with the stains.
It also is softened up by just a hint of color. So you have the green and then the blue black, and they work really well together, especially with the white and black. And then the next thing that does it, just very subtly, which you don't notice so much, that Nick talked about, is the arches. So the last Maplewood was very squared off, but you'll see arches to the bedroom. There was actually an arch in that front bathroom that we toured, and there's arches to the pantry and arches to the mudroom.
Yeah, especially with these modern homes, the straight lines, I like your point. It breaks it up really, really nicely. As you saw on the floor plan in the beginning, we've got the master suite tucked on one side. We started with that office secondary bedroom, so go ahead, take it away.
Yeah, so as you go into the master suite, we have the primary laundry room on the main level. So really super nice laundry room. It's got a quartz top in there, plenty of room to do your laundry, have extra loads, fold. And another secret key feature, We have a laundry chute.
Oh, nice. That's so cool.
I even surprised Nick.
I grew up with one of those. The home my dad built that we grew up in, that was a big deal. So I like to see, you don't see those very often anymore.
No, you don't. They're fun surprises.
Yeah, let's take a look. We've got more beams. The beams
so the
continue.
master or the primary suite has a ceiling beam with wood, a big chandelier. We've got an accent trimmed wall, wood floors. We've got those black rhino windows once again. You can see it fits a nice big bed, so plenty of space in here. So, and then double door entry into the primary bath.
This is I mean, look at look at the accent wall back here. This is a really good balance. On top of that, I mean, these are some really neat. You saw the garage doors in the front of the house. You got that similar theme here, frosted panel, darker. But just wait till you see some of the tile choices of the bath. I think tied everything in really, really nicely.
Yeah, so staying in theme with the black and the white, what I really like about this bath is we have the freestanding tub, but this is a textured tile. So kind of like that reeded wood that you're seeing throughout the house. This is a new tile a lot of the builders are using that mimics that same look, but it's actually waterproof, so you can put it in your bathroom. We're seeing a lot of the builders use this in different places.
It's kind of like a little foreshadow, the acoustic slats we'll see upstairs in the loft, but you got to stick around for that. The flooring, it ties in the light white oak gold and also the darker accents we've seen. And Rochelle, we've got another alcove. I love what they did here.
It's very beautiful. Yeah, it's just very soft. It softens up the space, just the gentle arches. They all just work together to create newness in a bath. I mean, you can only do a bathroom so many ways. So thinking up something new, it's very innovative.
That's true. Their showers, they do a great job on. You've got 2 benches, Euro glass panel with the clips, so upgraded door. And then of course we got that 3D kind of textured tile, the backsplash. And I love the penny tile accent with the downlighting and the niche right there too.
It's really different.
It is. It is. The master closet, just like the pantry, it's anything but your standard. So yes, you have face frame shelving, but you also have a ton of built-ins.
Correct. Yeah.
Well.
When you build, you get to customize your own closet, but looks like they have this in mind for folded things, folded shirts, or you could put shoes in here. So a lot of purposes here, folded blankets, but just some extra details in here with some built-ins and built-in cabinetry. So no longer do we see the trend of putting big dressers in your primary bedrooms, but yet you put a built-in in the closet.
Yeah, that's a ton of storage. Most of the time, Marisha, you know the deal. It's a lot of white shelves, a lot of the time face frame. It's refreshing to see the built-in cabinets as well. Now, before we take a look at the second floor, which you have to stick around for, you've got the catwalk. Each bedroom has a private bathroom. There's a loft upstairs. We got to break down a little bit about the builder who previously went by JFE Construction, but is now JFE Homes.
That's right. Yes, they just changed their name to JFE Homes. So when you see it, it is the same person. No changes internally, just a name change.
That's nice to see. I know they do quite a bit around Kansas City. So they've been in Century Farms since the very beginning.
Yes,
right?
Yes, they have. They built the Maplewood Custom, and now we're building the Maplewood IV.
Got it. And they've got a number of other flagship floor plans like the Gunnison. They've got a number of different elevations for each of those, all which are very striking. This happens to be a brand new one. And they build all over Kansas City. So a lot in Overland Park, Century Farms. You've got Wild Horse, which is a brand new community. You also have Heritage Ranch, which is in Olathe, Kansas, and several others. This is one of the only ones, Rochelle, that actually has homes available now in the next 60, 90, 120 days.
Correct. Yes. As I mentioned, we do have 2 of this exact home being constructed at the moment for January move-in. And we also have a Gunnison that's just right behind us in the model built by SAB Homes. That's the one that they're known for the reverse plans. It's a very spacious plan. People tend to build that a lot in lake communities nearby. That's where sometimes you will have heard the name JFE Homes also.
Yeah, like Lake Winnebago is a big one for construction. But any questions buying, building a new construction home in Kansas City, feel free to reach out, phone call, text message, email. We'd love to help sort through different communities, builders, and also weigh the differences between buying as well as building, especially in this current market. But we are going to head upstairs. The floor plan will be on the screen right here. And we have to start with the catwalk. This is what it looks like looking down on the entry. Of course, you had the stone accent wall, and we're going to spin around a little bit to show you the living room. This is a nice vantage point of the house. It feels open, creates a ton of volume, and of course, that grid of upgraded windows. But Rochelle, this is great. I love this.
Yeah, it's the perfect little nook right in the hallway to give it some flair. Sometimes your hallways and walkways are just pretty boring, and the accent green inside of it, the wall mount with the lighting, just a nice little place to stop and read a book or just capture the nice appearance as you're walking by through the hallway.
This is one of the nice that, like, we get a lot of people moving to Kansas City. And one of the biggest things that we try to explain up front is our market for new homes is just very different. We have hundreds of local builders, and even though this same plan can be built several times in a neighborhood, each one is going to be a little bit different from the others or have a completely different feel. But Rochelle, we are going to get started with the loft up here, which is just beautiful.
Yes, that's what actually makes this plan a favorite, is that you have 3 spacious bedrooms upstairs and you have this step up loft. So it has a couple stairs up. It's got lots of windows. It's just a real unique space that you can use it as a movie room, game room, playroom, craft room. It's got so many uses, and it's just very unique with the vaulted ceiling.
Yeah, it's good ceiling, even though we're on a second level, even though we had 2-story ceilings down. Very rare to see the loft plus those ceiling heights. But just like you mentioned, that tile in the master bathroom, you've got the acoustic slats right here. It gives you a similar texture. And of course, you got the contrast between the light stain and the darker accent. But we also have, is this the second HVAC?
It is.
Okay.
Yes, it's kind of tucked away in here so that it doesn't take up too much space, just hidden in the loft.
That's nice to see, especially with a home that's this big. I mean, we are 3,800 plus square feet above ground. Like, that is
it's
huge.
a big house.
It's before a finished basement. But the nice thing about this loft, especially if you're like on the fence, you want a little bit more space, but you've also maybe looked at reverse 1.5s. This gets you the extra rec space while giving you the option to finish the basement later down the road. But stepping down from the loft, Rochelle, one of the big things about this plan, every bedroom has a private bathroom.
It does. That's why it is the favorite. And if you don't want this bathroom, people have reworked it into a laundry room, a extra closet space. So there are many purposes if you build that you can repurpose this space, but usually the bath is the best one because if you're using the bedroom, they have their own bath, and it also it's a guest bath for the loft space.
Very efficient, while also giving you a good bedroom bathroom ratio. Alex, why don't we swing it? Yep, you're already way ahead of us there. A little shot of the first secondary bedroom up. And then as we make our way down the catwalk, we've got 2 more, but one more shot of, I think this is so great. I love when builders do this. It's a great use. A lot of time, this would just be drywalled over and you never know this is space that you could use. So I love to see this. But coming into bedroom number 2 upstairs, this is huge. You get a box vault for volume, a little bump out with the windows, and they fit a couch in here too.
This is actually the largest bedroom other than the primary suite. So you'll see lots of space where you can add the extra couch like you mentioned.
That's rare. And again, the staging furniture, I know usually it's really tiny in this house. It's like actually probably close to what you would see with your own furniture. So it just showcases all the space you've got here. But again, we've got another private bathroom. This is number 2 out of 3. Some very tasteful finishes. Okay. And we've got our accent green color again, which I love.
Yes, and when you're building, you can build in a shower or a tub. In this instance, they did a shower. And then that leads us back into the hallway where we go to the last bedroom. And it is also spacious. So if you have teenagers, it's a great plan because there's a little more space in each of the rooms, and they're real high ceilings. You don't feel like you got stuck in the smallest bedroom because there is no small bedrooms here.
I also love that they put these picture windows in here. Like, they didn't have to put these in a lot of times. Sometimes we only see 1 or 2 windows, but they've had these in pretty much all of the bedrooms, which I really appreciate. Box vault as well. They didn't have to do that, but it gives you some extra volume, makes it feel a little bit bigger. And then Alex, if we swing around here, we've got our final full private bath up here.
Yes, and sometimes if you don't want those 2 baths, you can make this a Jack and Jill and connect the bathroom through here. That's what the last Maplewood IV did. So it's an option when you build.
Before you go, I just want to highlight the next several videos that you'll see on this channel. Parade of Homes is coming out for the fall 2025. Ton of beautiful models, several here in Century Farms. Big thank you to Alex, who's behind the camera, and Rochelle, who just had to run off to help a customer. They're both the on-site agents here at Century Farms. Big thank you to JFE Homes. And of course, any questions, buying, building a new construction home here in Kansas City, whether it's the Kansas side, whether it's the Missouri side, we'd absolutely love to help you. We walk through some of the best communities, builders, floor plans at all price points. We'd love to put all of this info to work for you. So feel free to give me a phone call, text message, email. I'd love to set you up for success. With that said, the next video, once it comes out, this one will be another model here in Century Farms. This is a whole playlist of all the Century Farms videos. So feel free to click there or here. We'll see you on the other side.